All right, let's do that. What's going on, guys? How you all doing? Welcome to the stream. Right, let's check everything is okay. Good. We are good to go. I should load up our setup. The audio stream's current bitrate. Okay, so audio is struggling. Is it really? Should be okay, no? Oh no. Okay. All right. So it should be all right with the audio. Hopefully it's okay. Anyways, let's check. Make sure everything is working fine. My little one in the background, you can hear it for sure. The noise. All right. SPY. So on SPY, we are gapping down today. Today, what's the economic relays? What's the economic news that we need to be worried about? I don't think there is any, right? Let me quickly check. So, CPI year over year, USD core retail sales. Okay, there is one. In about 25 minutes, there's core retail sales and retail sales month over month. And Empire State Manufacturing Index. Yeah, they can play some role in SPY's movement. So we just gotta wait for that, guys. So 8:30. I'm not gonna be trading around 8:30. So if anything, maybe 9 o'clock, I'll start to look into trades. But in the meantime, I can go through what I think will be interesting today. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. See. All right. Let's go to what we had. Actually, let me complete it. Actually, let me complete my watch list, and then I'll go through the watch list, what I think is going to be in play today. So let's create PLTR moved quite a bit. SI with 33 million volume, not too bad. BTU, BTU, SI, PLTR. Okay, let's have a look at those. PLTR. So PLTR is basically done a really decent move from 7.5s all the way to 9.2s yesterday. And I believe it's because of the earnings, right? Where are my 3 days? Okay. So if I'm not wrong, the move was because of the, yeah, there you go. All right. So this was a decent, this was a very, very good example of a gap and go play yesterday. So it gaps up because of the earnings. So gaps up because of earnings. Very low volume though. This I would have been concerned about the volume, but then tries to attempt to fill the volume, fill the gap, which is pretty normal from this kind of gap. And I do expect kind of a pullback towards the gap fill attempt, as long as it started to create some sort of a structure that's reversing or some sort of a strength coming in, then you can take advantage of these plays. Really, really high probability trades, and when they do work out, they are rather massive trades compared to your normal day trading strategies. because they can give you, multiple hours easily on that specific day. So let's say, for example, on this one, if in this whole chop, if you had taken 8.6, 8.65 break here, very, very ideal trade actually right there. Beautiful. Your catalyst is quite strong. You've got earnings that's gapping up because of earnings report, and it's beaten earnings by quite a lot actually. So that is the main thesis behind it. This stock is going to be strong for that day, as long as it doesn't really gap fill. Attempting to gap fill like this drop is pretty normal, because people will be taking from here onwards. If anybody has taken it, obviously big money, then they will start to, just before the open, right at the open, they will start to actually take out profits, lighten up or things like that. So now that's where we get that. And also it also depends on the options as well. I mean, this thing is not really heavily options play, but options, remember, 9:30 open, and as soon as it opens, it's just to hedge things. These things can happen, right? So now this was a good example, because initially it was a really weak stock. Went down yesterday. Actually, pretty much everything was like that. But if you look at this was actually probably relatively strong compared to SPY, because SPY was dropping down earlier on. So that was a sign. That was the first sign that, yeah, this was actually gonna hold. If I was watching this, and which I wasn't yesterday, I was watching a lot of things, and I traded quite a lot yesterday for swings. But anyways, 850 break, 850 bar, I would have taken it here. I would have taken it here with the low of day. Very simple. So if you've taken it there, you've got your first partial maybe somewhere there. I probably wouldn't have taken the first partial there, because I don't take it very quickly. I have to have, from 850s, maybe 950s, something like that. Or at least 9s, right? Low of day stop is quite a bit of a stop, as you can see, 50. So that's 30 cents stop, and then taking a 30 cents move, one to one is not really ideal for me, especially when I'm thinking about something that's big, that's going to have some decent runs. Yeah, beautiful, really good example where you had to wait on it though. You had to wait. First initial entry could have gotten you in, but it would have been chopping around. But if you were basically waiting for it, here was kind of like a clue for you to actually take some action. If you were watching this for longs, quite clearly right over here, guys, we had really sort of a tight, very tight consecutive congestion, and it gets tighter and tighter and tighter. Guess what? Either way it breaks out, in this case we are long biased on it, so we are looking for EMA 200 EMA break, and that's 865 was your entry, with the really decent volume that came in, and then off it goes. It never looked back beyond that for the whole day. So that was a really good, great, really decent setup that actually worked out really decently. And today I'm keeping this because we might still have life in it. We might still have life in this PLTR. So keeping this for sure. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Windowless. I'll check it out. Anyways, okay. How do I get rid of this? How do I delete? Anyways, that's fine. So PLTR, basically, we definitely going to be looking, keeping an eye on for second day plays. Basically, yesterday was very strong, 7.5 all the way to 920s. Very good move today. If it does break yesterday's close as well as yesterday's highs, this is going to produce some okay results, I believe. So this definitely is in play. Keep an eye on this. PLTR. Okay. So let's have a look at SI. SI. Daily looks kind of interesting. Daily is, I like the daily. It's at the bottom. And it's not just that. The volume comes in, the bounces are actually higher highs, higher lows. That's the first clue that it wants to maybe reverse. Over here, any bounces never had higher lows. It never had higher lows, never had higher. The only time you're seeing higher lows is this area here, which could suggest that this is actually in a reversal environment. The reason could be that this company has fundamentally, something has changed fundamentally, one of which could be earnings. These days, everybody's reporting earnings, so it could be earnings. In fact, it actually might be earnings, because that's when it started to stop going down and started to creep back up. So yeah, this is quite interesting. I'm going to keep an eye. SI as gapping as well from yesterday. So yesterday, quite a decent, strong day. SI. What is the news on it? Anybody knows? Something to do with options. Okay, George Soros dumps Twitter and code flays Zoom take position in crypto-linked stocks in Q4. Oh, crypto-linked stocks, okay. Is this crypto related as well? SI? Could be. So Capital Corporation. George Soros stopped up Tesla, Peloton, crypto stocks, dumped Zoom and Twitter. Silvergate stock slumps after stake. That's a long time ago though. That's like, well, actually yesterday. No, it's not going down anytime soon. So yeah, this looks interesting for sure. SI. BTU had a really good day yesterday. BTU had a really good day. Again, earnings play. Similar to the other one we were watching. Which one was it? PLTR. This was a bit of a difficult one, but still you would still be in it. This would have kept you in and it would have given you multiple R's. Your average would have been here somewhere 2750s. That's pretty much worst case scenario. I probably would have gotten in way earlier than that, but 2750s. And our risk is 2614s. So what, $1.50, $1.70 for $3, easily $3. So yeah, I mean, way more than 2-3 hours, right? For your first partial, by the way, these are the ones that you can swing easily. So and the daily looks really nice as well on this one. There is a possible opportunity for the second day plays as well on this. So BTU, we'll keep an eye on that. And we're going to be keeping these on our earnings plays as well. So just in case we can watch it later if it starts playing out. So we've got PLTR and we've got SI and no, SY wasn't the one, sorry, BTU. Okay, so let's keep BTU for second day plays. That's our BTU. Daily looks really nice. If it does start to break 32s, this thing could actually have a decent run. Yeah. So that's a BTU, FSUN, and FSLY. FSLY is very low volume. FUSN, nope, no thank you. FSLY. Again, this could be earnings, and if it is, yeah, I mean, today might be the earnings day on this one. Anyways, not really interested, although daily looks really nice, but look at this. On the day it moved, it actually had quite a bit of volume, 34 million, and then it dropped to what, under 15 million, and today I think it's gonna do less than 10 million. So unless we are seeing, yeah, we have a report, earnings report on it though. The issue with this one is, guys, I think somebody knows earnings, what's going to be the result of the earnings. And it's already gapping up, as you can see. It's trading at 14s. So it's actually trading around here. Yeah, somebody knows what's going on. So it's already been priced in, I believe. And even if it's not priced in today, it might run a little bit. But I don't think I'm going to risk that, because today, after hours earnings, I'm not going to be trading this thing. It's already running before the earnings. That kind of gets me a bit worried. Anyway, so leaving that alone, taking a lot of time on this momentum stock screener. Uber does a good move. AIs are good, doing a really good move. BTU done. I've already got it. Airbnb actually are taking a pre-market. Recent highs. Airbnb. Daily looks interesting. It's about to take. Oh wow. Okay. See, this is what I mean, guys. It's kind of interesting, because you see over here, earnings, just before earnings, guys, it's starting to run, right? Even few days before earnings, it actually went from 106.70s all the way to 120s. Now it's actually trading at 130s, right? So, don't tell me people don't know what's going on, right, before earnings. This is why I'm worried about today's earning gap. Today, we can have some sort of a pullback on this one, honestly, because of a lot of profit taking is going to come in, because people are in for this from here, 95s, 100s. So I think we will see some really fade off on this one. We can't call it an earnings continuation or gap and go. You have to be careful taking every gap and go on, especially on earnings. If something has already run, that means it's priced in already. In fact, that might be a good shorting opportunity. Just be aware of that. So Airbnb looks definitely great, yes, but I probably might be looking into shorting it. We'll keep an eye on it anyways. We'll see what happens throughout the day. SI, we have coin bouncing, BTU, we have Airbnb, AUPST, we all got net. Low volume, but high price stock. Toast, nope. Let's have a look at net. So most of these runners are actually because of earnings, I believe. Most of them. Just don't like it. Okay. What else? Let's have a look at the big names. Tesla is moving quite a bit. PLTR we had. NVIDIA we had. I'll come back to the big names. Actually, yesterday I was looking into swinging NVIDIA, to be honest. And I did want to take it, but I was taking so many swings yesterday. I just couldn't take any more. So, hey buddy, what's up? Welcome. Oasis, how's it going? Yeah, we're all having a good time. Hope you're having a good day. Enjoying your work life. Mara, SI, AI, Open, Coin, SOUN. Yeah, SOUN is also a AI play. Fusion, FUSN. Fusion. The only issue is the volume. Yeah, nah. Nope. No, sir. It's not gonna work for me. Okay. Okay. So for my typical day trading scanner, I'm not seeing a lot. The ones that I actually short. And I love shorting certain stocks, specifically certain stocks, right? I'm not seeing any. Apart from the Airbnb, could be, but then again, I wouldn't really risk going against earnings, right? It might be very strong. So let's have a look. Hold on. Before I actually go and do that, let me just check my gappers first. Not much ago. Roblox is gapping up. TTD is gapping up. Okay, so they could be. Is Roblox earnings today? Yeah, that's why. Yep. Roblox, guys, believe it or not, I wanted to swing this. I actually swung it, I believe, around here. I just stretched it out, yes, but I got out of it, I believe, next day. So this day I wanted to swing it. And it just, after that, I think it might have been before that. I'm not too sure. I mean, I don't remember, but I do remember trading it. Now it's actually trading at 42s, almost 42s. This is also very huge. Like, I mean, what is the earnings? Minus 50. Not much of a beat on the earnings, but huge move. These kind of huge gaps, you have to be careful taking gap and goes. They usually don't last that long. And I mean, even if they last, they will take few days for them to basically do that price discovery and just basically chop around, and then it will start to. So this will give us some opportunities, but maybe not today, maybe not this week, next week. Keep an eye on this one for sure. Roblox. But if you want to keep an eye on it, for sure you can, but just be careful that it can be very choppy, especially after this kind of gap. So if you're going to take it, I will wait. I'll wait for this. I will not take anything here. Nuh-uh. I'll wait for it to at least drop down to 40s, 39s, even better, right? If it starts to drop down here and we start to see again reversal patterns, anything that's sign of a reversal happening, not a pullback, reversal with some volume confirmation, then we can start to look into longs on this one, definitely, for that gap and play. That way, you wouldn't be risking a lot because your low of day will be very close to your entry. So that way, yeah, definitely going to be better entry. This way, right now, is just a chase, big chase. But definitely something that is going to provide some decent opportunities. Roblox, very, very good. Good gapper. Okay, TTD. TTD is gapping as well because of earnings. This is low volume compared to obviously Roblox. You have seen Roblox, how it was, massive volume. But this is interesting because it's not a big gapper as Roblox. It's although from 50s all the way to 56. Yeah, it's not a huge gapper, right? We're talking gapping up here. 10% though, 10% gap. It's fine. 10% gaps are okay. I want to say it's okay, but yeah, it's again, you know, this is actually trading a really, I would say, much more in a stable manner. The way it's trending is going up and then pulling back. That's the normal healthy trend. Whereas if you compare that with Roblox, this is not healthy, right? As soon as this goes like that, yeah, it's this whole thing. Whatever bought here has actually already made the price move in a manner where that is the price in stock now. I mean, this is already done, kinda for the moment. We will see in the next few days what it does. But the other one, the TTD one, is different, right? Although the volume is not that much, but if you compare that with Roblox, it started to really sort of grind up higher and higher. It actually brought up more volume as it started grinding higher. As it's starting to grind higher and higher now, it's actually bringing way more volume now, as you can see. So that's a sign that this is, people are knowing it. The earnings were good. People are starting to understand. And this is almost like a double beat, right? If you like, it's really good. I mean, the report is really good. I mean, they were expecting 17, but now they're 0.38. So pretty much exactly 100% beat on the earnings estimate. So is this one I trust the price to be hanging around at the close. Sorry, at the open around this area here, 57s, 56s. As long as it's staying over 55s, 56s, I'll look into playing this as earnings go, and I'll keep that here as well. So quite interesting few of those that we can watch actually. Earnings. Yeah, this is going to be something that I will keep an eye on for sure. And that's pretty much it for the gappers for now. OSUR. 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 OSUR is a is a really it's not really bad, but it's kind of bad. It's a swear word in our language. But hey, OSUR might actually OSUR. OSUR might actually OSUR. 5.8. So it gaps up from 5 to 5.8. No volume. This is what's worrying. Volume is not there. If the volume picks up on this one, this could also be some sort of a play in there. What is the earnings? Wow, okay. Wow. Earnings beat was massive on this one. They beat the earnings like by miles. We're talking, estimate was about what, 5 cents? Not even 5 cents. Let's say 0, right? 0. And the numbers came out at 0.36 cents per share. So, wow. I'm surprised this volume isn't picked up, to be honest. There might be something on the earnings conference that's been said. The guidance usually can stop the market. Yeah. But definitely looks good. OSUR doesn't look OSUR, to be honest. It actually looks much better than its name. I'm keeping OSUR. Anywho, quite a lot of earnings play, guys. I might be really concentrating on these earnings plays today, and then look at what SPY's correlation is going to do. Correlative stocks are going to do. Quite a lot of all the gappers are from earnings, almost all of them. Pretty interesting. I held on to the swings yesterday, didn't stop me out, so kept an eye on them until they pretty much recovered. Didn't want to take a small loss when the plan wasn't done. Okay, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Always says, I have done the same thing as you've done, but the only difference is I have taken some partials out yesterday on the most of them that ran really quickly. See, this is what you're gonna benefit from, where you're constantly watching. Also not benefit. So for example, for swings, if you leave it alone, let it play out, let it do its thing, and don't take any partials. That's the best way to go, in my opinion. But because I'm watching it, I kind of do a management in terms of day trading / swings. That's a good thing. Yesterday's example is a really good example for that, because I want to give you an example here. Let me bring up my swings. Okay, so shop, right? Shopify. I took it. Let me just have a look. Let me bring up the Discord, because I want to show you guys what I mentioned here for the swings play. By the way, if you don't know, I do call out sometimes, not all the time, sometimes some swing plays, okay? On our Discord. It's right here under YB members, swing ideas. It's pretty much free. It's not pretty much, it's 100% free. there's nothing. Just join up and check the swing ideas once in a while. Now, yesterday, these are the ones I took, guys. Let me just show you. So we had BBAI. Let's have a look at BBAI. All right. So BBAI, I took 390s, I believe. Where is it? Okay. So BBAI, I took maybe here, guys, 390s. I think it was before that, but then, yeah, 390s here, I think. Yeah. So I took it somewhere here, and I believe on this push, and I took some out. Yeah, that's a. We're talking about 40 cents for a $4 stock. That's 10% move in a very short amount of time. That's what I take. I normally wouldn't have taken this because it moves so fast in so short amount of time. I had to take because as I always say, guys, I always say this. If something moves so quickly and unexpectedly, that usually doesn't last that long. It's pure euphoria and it doesn't really last that long. This is pure euphoria. I don't like that. I don't like to see this kind of a trend. This is not even a trend. This is parabolic moves. I don't like parabolic moves when I'm actually swinging something. I would rather have a very slow, steady uptrend. This is an example I'll give you. Earlier on, I showed you something on... this is something that perfect. Beautiful. Look, if you want to screenshot this is what you want to see from a swing. When it starts to move, when you enter, when it starts to move, it moves, but then pulls back half of it, 30% of it, 50% of it, goes back again another run, does another pullback. It's not perfect, but it keeps on going up slowly, grinds up, pulls back, grinds up, pulls back. That is your stable uptrend. This is what's happening here is basically the stock is like slowly but steadily keep climbing up. It never gets tired. But what about this one? What about yesterday's ones? Yesterday's one, pretty much all of it because of SPY did the same thing. They ran up so quick. They just got tired and they got dumped. They just got tired and they just let go. And that's what we saw on most of the stocks that yesterday we traded. And that's why I started taking them normally for swing ideas. I will not touch them at all as long as my stop doesn't get taken out. Right? So that's why I took some out on this one. I had BBI was 390 right here. Let me actually mark these up so we can have a reference point. 390 was my trade. I think mine was earlier, but I did call out a bit late. That's why I said 390. I entered a bit early, I think. But hey, I want to just mention where I called it out. So BBI, look, BBI long over 390s, top low of day 370s. Okay, that was the plan. 370s never got taken out, by the way, for the whole day, right? 370s not got taken out. So we're still in that trade. Looking for swinging this long term. Okay, these are all swing ideas, by the way, from this channel. Anyways, still in CVNA from yesterday, 1050s. We are still in CVNA. I think they might stop us out today, but anyways, FTNT long over 60-50, stop under 60s. Let's have a look at that. FTNT. 60-50 was around here, I believe. Yeah, I took it, I believe, very earlier on. Yeah, this is after the open, like 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, something like that. 60-50 on FTNT, and on this one as well, I don't remember, but it did give us like a dollar move from 60-50 all the way to 61-50. I think I might have taken it out around this congestion here somewhere there, just before. I always take it out before the 60, the big numbers. But a little bit of it is out. Still, it never went to our stop, guys. Stop was here, never went to our stop. In fact, it closed up really nicely. So that's FTNT for you. What else did we call out? What else did I call out? Okay, Meta. Meta long 178.50. Meta long 178.50. Stop under 175.80. Meta long 178.50. All right. So Meta was 178.50 here. This was, what time was it? It was all at the same time, 9:37. So 7 minutes later, I called out 178.50. Here. Okay. So Meta, we longed it here on 78.50s. There we go. And guess what? This also, Meta really didn't do, apart from this move here, didn't do much of a parabolic move as the others, like especially BBAI. But it was nevertheless, after the SPY started to drop, this also started to drop. But the good thing about this Meta was it never took out the VWAP, unless over here, that was very close to the close. I don't really consider that as taken off. It attempted to take the VWAP off. SPY has taken off VWAP by considerable amount yesterday. This one held strong. That's why on this one, I believe I didn't take on this one, because this was not that parabolic. From 178.80s to 180.80s, right? About $2. But remember, this one has a huge stop as well. I think on this one I've broken a little bit of my rule, because this one was low of day. Stop should have been low of day, which is 175.80s. No, actually, you know what? Stop is here. Sorry, I didn't break the rules. 175.80s. Yeah, I didn't break the rules. So 937. Hold on a second. 937. Yeah, the entry was here, and yeah, I entered. So my stop was probably, I gave it way more room. Okay, that's a good thing that I gave it some room, and it worked out really nicely. So Meta did do really well, and we're still in it. Shop long over 49s, stop low of day, $1 stop. So Shopify was around that time as well, 14.9s. It was the break of the ORB. For those of you who know ORB, it's quite clear, opening range breakout. Over the break of 49 was a beautiful area because it has multiple confluences, and yesterday's highs were there. Really, really huge level that it was breaking with some decent volume. So that's why I started still early. As you know me, I'm always early. Sometimes it gets me in trouble, but that's fine. Most of the time it pays off, to like today. This day. So this one also really parabolics. Look at this. It never stops. Only pullback, very, very tiny micro pullback, and then just shoots up to from 49s all the way to 51s, almost 51s. That's $2 for this stock that barely moves. $2 per day. You see what I mean? So that's why you got to pay attention, of around this area, the rejection, especially under the 20 EMA. Yeah. That's where you could have exited. I think that's probably where I exited. So those are the swings. We are still running these swings. As you can see, they are still working perfectly fine. Shopify is doing a decent, very, very decent. Look at that. We are actually at around trading 51.66. So yeah, all of the swings are really doing well. Few of the swings that I took partials on are also doing extremely well. The CVNA, however, CVNA's entry was on this day, the previous day, right there. We took a short on this one, but a small, very break-even short. Let's just get rid of that. If you want to know what happened, then you can go and check the. This stop is not valid, by the way. I was giving example that you could, if you want to be aggressive, you could put the stop under the VWAP, but it's not like that. It should have been under the swings. Anyways, this is irrelevant for swings. So we took a long for swings, 10.50 break, and then that day goes all the way to 11.30, is almost $1. If you were with me on this one, you could have easily taken something off from that day. And next day, it actually chops around because of SPY, and I think some of us took it on the pullback on 10.50 around here. I'm not too sure, but the low of day under the break of 10 is still valid for the stop, right? For our stop. So that's what we kept it. That's what I kept it as a plan. Still in CVNA from yesterday's long 1050 stop under 10s. As you can see, it never broke our 10, right? It never broke our 10. So very, very decent area that to put the stop on, and it's still doing kind of okay. I'm kind of hoping we are early on this one, on this bounce, that is going to come in hopefully. And if it doesn't, it's only a small loser, right? So that's in, what else did I take? I didn't mention, NVIDIA was one of them, by the way. NVIDIA was one that I was really watching and I missed it. And this was actually one of my and I mentioned it. Snicker, didn't I mention NVIDIA? The first thing I mentioned in general chat. Hold on a second. Look at this. And I'm not, it's just to make sure that you understand how I work. Here, where is it? All right, so way earlier. So I start, hold on. Okay, here we go, guys. So 940 yesterday, 940, right? NVIDIA looks good. Meta might be soon. Meta, that's when I took Meta actually instead of NVIDIA. I was going to take both, but I couldn't. So yeah, Meta, NVIDIA at that time was running really nicely. 940, look at this. 940 was around here, I believe. Yeah, right there, right? This pullback here. Somewhere there, basically, on the break of... I was watching 220, actually. I'm going to be honest with you. 220 and yesterday's high. It breaks it without any problem and it creates a really nice, decent move up. So I actually missed that. And I really want to swing NVIDIA. And I've been saying this for a while as well. And I've actually kept it on my main watch of the swing NVIDIA, but I couldn't take it. But it's gapping down today. Hopefully later on, it's not going to give us any swings anytime soon now, because I really want it to be pulled back now. So, yeah, NVIDIA, missed it. But the rest, Shop, still in it. Very decent. Shop is running, guys. By the way, anybody took this, you're laughing from 49s. We've got a $3 move now on Shop, guys. And Meta is kind of okay, still at that break-even point. CVNA is looking kind of like it wants to go as well, so that's looking good. I was watching AI instead of taking BBAI. I should have taken AI in hindsight, but here we go. I wanted to take both of them, but I couldn't take this one. This one held really strong. BBAI, we're still in it. Oh, Z, yes. I took Z yesterday, and I didn't mention it, unfortunately. So I'm going to keep it aside. I did take Z. I believe I'll have to check. Maybe 45 break, something like that. Yeah, it's not doing much, but still actually looking really good. Even today, if it starts to hold 45, I mean yesterday's highs, which is 45.70s, we could still take that for the continuation. But the volume is really bad on this one. Our FTNTs are doing really well. It's kind of looking good. And this, when you have a swing that has closed, giving you some chance to actually play around next day for your stop is a really, really sort of great situation to be in. Like FTNT, for example, our entry was 60.50, and it actually closed up around 61.20. So that's plenty of time or plenty of space for me to actually work my stop in case we have that initial at the open drive or price discovery that goes down, or profit taking comes in and then starts to ramp back up. I want to survive that. That's why I always mention, if you're swinging something right at the close, make sure it's on green. Your swings are green. And pretty decent green would be really nice. If you are worried about gapping down and things like that, That's where you want to make sure that you don't carry on swinging something that's not green. If it's red, take it out, right? And if it's per plan, yeah, I mean, you can keep it, but you got to also worry about the gap downs as well. For these kind of stocks, I'm not too worried about the gap downs because I can handle, even if it does go down under 60-20s, that's barely anything for me because my stop initially was under 60s, right? Anyways, that's what I wanted to rant about yesterday. I didn't stream. And it's a good thing that I didn't stream as well because I was really paying attention to what I wanted to catch yesterday, and there was a lot of things to catch, a lot of things to catch, and a lot of opportunities. So which I did. I'm glad for that. So now going forward, I kind of might do that more often, guys. I mean, the streaming is great and all, and I love you guys to bits. Whoever follows me, but I don't think I will be doing it every day. I'll probably do once or twice a week, just to keep you guys on your toes, make sure you're looking at certain things the right way and things like that. But I think this way I probably might benefit everybody if I start to concentrate and start calling out swings, because it's very easy to manage. And also very easy to keep track of the trades that we take. But anyways, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, Oasis, I think you're the only one that's actually religiously following my swings, and you know how it works, right? You've noticed, like in the last, let's say, last 3 months, I took on swings, a lot of swings, and you know it's getting more and more, right? There's a reason for it, Oasis, because swings are working much better now because the environments are changing. Right? We are constantly saying this. This is what makes you a trader, where you can adjust yourself to the environment. Why didn't I look for swings over in these areas in the SPY? Right? In the SPY, I barely swung. I mean, I might have swung few here and there, but I never like this in this area here. Right? What has changed? Well, the market structure has changed, right? As far as I know, we are in the bull market. And when there's a bull market, it's better to swing things, especially when it comes to major caps, and especially something that has run because of certain decent catalysts like earnings, and keep them. There's no point in doing. Like day trading can be done, but look at this. I'll give you an example, all right? On all of the swings I took yesterday, day trading can be done. Okay, this would have been a good day trade, right? You exit here somewhere fully on, fully exit here. Perfect. That's a good trade. Still, it wouldn't have yielded you this, right? It wouldn't have yielded you this, right? CVNA, a kind of different meta. Yeah. So look at meta, for example. Where is metas? Let me check my metas entry. 178.50. So we are long meta 178.50. Okay, so we were long 178.50. So your stop could have been here. And you know, it would have been a good day trade as well, guys. I'm not gonna lie. It would have been a good day trade. It's just kind of hard for me to today. It's like yesterday's catches were so decent that it actually was decent day trades as well, honestly. But you get the idea, guys. The amount of reward you're going to be getting for your risk is the potential is so high on the swings, guys. Like this is might be a good example because you've been this would have been knocked you out anyways. You would have had a green day, yes, but a very small green day. But these things can go 2, 3, 4 days, weeks, if you can hold on to initial chop. And also SPY does help with that, as long as we are seeing SPY strength coming in. Normal pullback's fine, but as long as we are continuing the strength to the upside, it's perfectly fine. XM has been funny one, man. Yesterday, I'm surprised you didn't take anything here, man. Like Oasis, it runs from 16 all the way to 17. This stock moves from moves $1. Its ATR is not even $1. So you've got to think about it. You've got to be clever, right? As you see this, you can't keep this. This is a good lesson for you. Like even if you're swinging, if something moves like this from 16 to all the way 17, which is max of ATR, it's ATR, right? You've got to take it just before 16. Anywhere, take it out, because what? This will bring huge pull down. This will give you much better opportunity to dip buy again. That's exactly what I've been doing quite a long. I mean, XM, I've been dip buying this thing, exiting, dip buying, exiting, dip buying. And there's so many exits on this one, so many re-entries. You just don't, I don't want to even mention because it's just so confusing. But the core principle is that my initial average is still way down there, that I can actually hold on to these things, hold on to it without getting into trouble. So yeah, and also that's the thing, Oasis, I'm not saying obviously you're working as well. You're not going to be keeping an eye, but I was looking at this like, oh shit, this is like, come on, pull back. I was actually hoping it pulled back here, 1650s, and started grinding back up. It never did. It actually started running more and more and more. And in fact, you mentioned it. Look at XM YB, and that's where I saw this move. So yeah, I think Oasis, your position in this one is really, really amazing. I think you've kept it really nice. I kind of put my hands out to you, or hats off to you, because you managed to hold it from 1450s all the way to now, which is amazing. In fact, on the way, you actually took some out, right? So beautiful, perfect. Now you don't have to worry about these moves. No, what I'm saying is, if you are in a trade which is close to your entry, and if it starts to move like that, and if you haven't taken anything out, this is an example. I'm giving you an example. If you see something like this, and if you haven't taken anything out, you must make sure you bank in some, right? Parabolics, just watch for those. That's pretty much it. Oh wow, what a talk, huh? I had to go through all of those, guys, for people who actually, if they're gonna watch the stream, we can relate to it later if I talk about it. Because as long as I'm in those trades, I'll keep on updating you in the at least once a day, on daily basis, just to make sure that you can see how I manage the swings. That's how you're gonna learn better, in my opinion, because these are live call outs and trades. So anyways, let's look at our today potential. SPY still looking rather strong. Yesterday was a bit funny because of CPI. We have retail sales that hit just now a while ago. This is because of that. As you can see, retail sales, boom boom boom, this is the result of that. We're gonna give it until what, another 5-10 minutes, and it's gonna start to calm down a bit. Oh yeah, no, I'm never giving, but don't think I'm giving up on that. But yesterday I did day trade as well. It's just not like, it's not very ideal for me to call out everything on the Discord, and it's easy for me to call out the swings because I can relate to it after I come back to it for the streams. I'm just focusing a lot of my time and effort on to finding quality, decent looking swing ideas, and it takes a while. And also you have to keep on watching for the right timing. As I mentioned a few days ago, we have quite a lot of charts to look at, but the issue here is they might move in the next few days or so, next week or so. We don't know when, but once they start to move, you want to make sure that you have a system that you can catch it. Even if you're working, for example, you can have an alert-based system just before. Let's say, for example, I'll give you an example on what can I give you an example? Okay, NVIDIA. It's not an example. It's just terrible idea, but I'm just giving you if you were taking it. Let's say you're watching 230, right? 230 break, right? And this is your swing idea, all right? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of behind it, but just let's say your entry is there, okay, and you're working. You put your alert just around 50 cents before, 40 cents before. Why do I say before? Because by the time it gets to, if you put an alert at your entry level, then it's too late. It's already broken and maybe left it by the time you open up and things like that. So you want to give it some leeway. I normally put it like just a little bit early. And I know how much that stock moves and things like that, depending on the stock as well, right? What it is. But you want to give it a little bit of a room so you can actually open up your platform and start looking into for entries. That's all you should be worrying about when you are about to trade it for swing. The whole work of finding swing ideas is completely different. That requires a lot of work, right? You have to look at like hundreds of charts every day. And that really pays off. That really pays off because you will filter out. Let's say you look at 100 charts and you find 5 out of 100, right? So that's 25 weekly basis, right? 25. Let's say amongst those 25, you take 5 per week. And amongst those 5, 4 doesn't work out, but 1 works out. Trust me, that 1 is going to beat that 5. But it's you got to have a lot of patience with the swings. A lot of people can't swing. And you know, I've been told by my friends as well that I'm a good swing trader way before I started doing stocks. In fact, believe it or not, I actually ended up green quite okay in Forex by swinging only. Day trading, however, not so lucky in Forex. But anyways, start uploading this of them. Okay, yeah, Snicker, yeah. I mean, I'll try to do that definitely. What I can do is, it's not something that I might do it very quickly. I mean, it might be in the next month or so, right? Depends. It's still not very confirmed. I really want to be streaming because streaming helped me a lot when it comes to trading itself, day trading itself. Streaming helps a lot. It makes you more accountable, basically. I used to trade a lot over trading, as well as impulse trading is when you basically think something is there, is not, and you just pull the trigger without thinking. That has completely, it's not gone completely, but it's diminished a lot since I've been streaming, because I have to be accountable for what I do. So it does definitely. So I don't think I'm ever going to be like fully on stop streaming. Even if I do once a week, that should be keeping me on my toes for sure. But anyways, okay. No, hopefully, yeah, that's the case. Yeah, I did. I believe I answered all of your questions, right? If not, then you can repost it, guys, because I was just busy talking, just ranting out. Okay, let's have a look at our gap pairs. Roblox is bringing in more volume, so that's Roblox is doing really well, I guess. It's just climbing. This is more like it, Roblox, guys. Okay, so it goes from 35s all the way to 42s, and this is more of a trend. Okay, this one here pulls back. Wow, this looks quite strong. Now it looks quite strong. Doesn't matter what the gap is. Doesn't matter what it did before, but it's yeah, it looks quite strong now. Goes up, pulls back, barely does any pullback. So there's no selling, there's no shorting, there's pure profit taking and barely any profit taking, and it's attracting more and more buyers. So this is one of those that could produce some decent opportunities in the next, as I said, 2 days or a week or so. Today is going to be difficult. Now is chasing it. If it does pull back, maybe. Yes, sir. Hold on, guys. Dude. Leg days. You might be thinking, YB is gone old. He's dying. What's up with those noises? It's me in pain. Because I got excited when I was doing some leg days and I stretched it too much. I didn't get injured or anything. It's just the pain of the workout, basically. Feels good, yes, but also you know what I mean, makes you make those noises. Mind you, some of you might be into that, so you know what I mean. Anyways, let's have a look at the rest of the stuff. SPY, we are seeing still gapping down for sure, still gapping down, and this here is the retail sales result, and hopefully 410 is going to keep it alive. If 410 now doesn't play that much of a role as it used to play when it broke out, I still would like it to be holding for sure. But even if it does break, we are still on daily. If you look at this, we are still on daily this channel. Okay, we are still on this channel, guys. So yeah, that's the channel I'm talking about. Hopefully that's it makes sense to you guys. Oh, this is an auto channel. Oh, I hate that. I hate that. I'll remove the drawing. Where's the other channel? Oh, there we go. Okay, so let's move this there, and here we go. Something like that, guys. You get the idea, right? This channel, if it stays in it, it will eventually, it's like a flag, it will eventually break out of it, hopefully to the upside. And it is actually at the close to the highs of that channel instead of the bottom. Even if it's at the bottoms, 405s and things like that might hold it. So kind of expect that if you are actually looking at SPY. Tesla for a put. The Tesla, I'm not gonna lie, Tesla, when you say put, I would have said, you know, shut up or something like that, but I kind of feel you, buddy. I kind of feel you, because we are looking at 215, so dude, I mean, this rejection came in from 200 EMA as well as 215s. So this rejection here could be a reversal point. I'm not gonna lie. That could be a reversal point. Look at the volume that came in. Anyways, I'm sure you have more things behind your theses. No, it's already taken the VWAP out and it's actually struggling at that 213. Now, you can say to yourself, well, as long as it's staying under 213, I'm going to be short biased and I'm going to short it. If you do short it, make sure it doesn't close over 213s, right? Make sure it doesn't take over 213, especially over 213.50s. Then that means it's going to break the structure, right? Right now, it's downtrending. And the daily, if you look at the daily, look at this, guys. 100% move, way more than 100% move, right? From the lows. And this is due for a pullback, honestly. So today could be the day. Look at this. It's trading right at that 200 EMA. Right at that 200 EMA. So it'll be interesting. It's breaking that 213 now. But let's see what it does around 213.50. I will still wait for it to be staying under VWAP though. Yeah. 200 on daily, look at this. How effective is that? 200 on intraday, look at this. How effective is that? And some people tell me EMAs, what EMAs? Also, this was also a gapper because of earnings, and this is the one I liked, but the volume on this one is I really want the volume to be dude, is this 4.93510? So the issue with this one is it's got an ATR of like 15 cents, 20 cents. It's got an average ATR of like, what, 30 cents max? I might as well, like, look, if I don't do it on YouTube, I might as well do it on Discord, right? For you guys. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Roblox earnings. I was mentioning this. Roblox earnings are already out today. I was looking at it here. Usually after the earnings, this one is very hard to catch, unless you are clearly you're subscribed into those. I mean, you can catch it. This is where straddle. I believe straddle. Options straddle strategy is works really well. How does it work? And I might be wrong with the name, but if you know what I'm talking about, just pitch in if you can. So what happens in straddle is people trade it off earnings, okay? So let's say yesterday you had 38, right? And you had 35. Okay? So you had two levels, 35 and 38, okay? And yesterday's close was where? In between there, so 36. Okay? So now you buy a put. Not when the price gets there. They already buy it, okay? You already bought it at the close, just before the close, right? You buy a put for 35, strike price. and you buy a call for 38, call for 38 a strike price, okay? So one of which, if the stock has good earnings or unexpected earnings, it doesn't matter, short or long, it doesn't matter. It's not directional. It's based off of volatility, right? If in this case your calls would be up huge, right? We're talking probably more than 100%, way more than 100%, right? We're talking way more than 100% on this one. Okay, on your call options, okay? Your put option, however, is going to be loser. In this case, your put option is a loser. Usually, when you lose on these kind of trades, let's say you risked 100 on this, right? 100. On this move, that should give you 200 or more. So we're talking 200% or something like that. And plus, these ones you could keep it, right? Once it starts to gap up because of earnings. So a lot of people trade this straddle strategy. One is a loser, one is a winner. The winner actually overweighs the loser. Right? And also remember, if it starts to take out the your call start to work, remember, you don't have to let it expire as a loser. You will still get something back if you sell it back. You understand what I'm saying? So you're not 100% losing $100 that you risk. You might lose $50, right? You have to get rid of this put, right? Once it starts to work like that. Does that make sense? So that's a very, very simple strategy for options. You can use for earnings, especially if you think one of the earnings are a stock is going to have some unexpected numbers. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. TTD, this is the one I was mentioning, guys. I'm watching. This looks interesting. TTD. This is also a earnings gaggle. It's something that I can definitely keep. It is trading at that 58. Quite a bit of a gap though. But as long as you have to be careful with this one, this could chop around. Make sure you get the right timing on your entry on this one specifically. If you can get the good timing on this one, you can keep it for a few days, similar to what we got on XM, I think. So similar to XM, on this day, gaps up, chops around, as you can see. That was the open. 1450 was the open. Chops around, and then starts to go up, and then closes at actually 1450. And we kept it, and it just kept climbing up. Right? Since then, it's never looked back. I don't want to jinx it, but this is the idea with the TTD. TTD is similar idea. So this day is gapping up to around here, around this area here. It's gapping up to around this area. Having said that, this area is a very, very strong daily level. So is it going to break it? Earnings catalyst is strong enough for it to break it. I'm not going to lie. But if it doesn't, this is a big excuse for it to have a big, massive pullback, which I was kind of expecting on these ones. Yeah, good. Yeah, it's a good thing that you don't buy it. You can always, when you start to get better at options, there's a lot of strategies that you can benefit from the volatility to sell options, to write options instead of buying. You understand? Because if you want to buy, let's say if you are buying calls, right? You're buying calls. If you buy it in a calm time, which you normally do, you won't pay a lot. I mean, volatility will not pick up a lot. I mean, if the volatility is not huge. Let's say you've got 100% volatility or 90% or whatever. If you're long biased on it, why not sell the puts, right? Because you are getting the premium for the volatility increase. You're selling the option for the puts. It's the same as buying the calls. Options have Greeks. Options have Greeks. And don't go too much into it. Don't go too much into it. Just understand delta, understand few others, whichever affects you. I'm gonna be honest. I used to study it, but I completely forgot because it's really irrelevant to me. Because when I take options, it's when I time my entries in a way that I don't have to worry about implied volatility that much. My average implied volatility would be about 30%, 35%. Right? That's not bad. That's actually not bad for swings. So, yeah, exactly, Snicker, exactly. Delta and volatility. That's where you start from. Don't go too much into it. Don't read into too much. That's all you need. Okay. 920. Let's look at our plan. SPY is still gapping down, and we are still above 410s, which is good. We might see some pop towards the gap fill again. With these kind of small gaps, we do tend to go for the gap fill. Now, it might not, but at least we might pop towards 412s and stuff like that. We'll see what happens. It could get choppy as well. Having said that, we'll have to wait for that to happen. We will have to wait for the SPY to take a direction and then maybe start looking for trades on the big names. But when it comes to these ones, PLTR is a gap up yesterday, a huge run, made a huge run. We missed it on this day. Oh, I keep on looking at this one and like freaking thinking myself how I missed it. Anyways, if it starts to take this box out, this zone of ours out, then this could go for another potentially second day runs. Second day runs could be also really good on these. So yeah, I'm looking for PLTR for long biased over 930. And Airbnb is gaps up huge. I'm kind of thinking this is already run up. I explained this before as well. I'm a bit short biased on it, honestly. I'm not going to lie. Right now, it's looking like a nice short, to be honest. Right now. So at least until I would say 128s maybe a good idea. 127s maybe, this area, pull back. I'm not saying it's going to fill up the gap. I don't think it will. But I think there will be a big pullback on this one coming. So BTU, okay, BTU is also one of those that we could produce. We could have some potential trades for the longs over 30s. Sorry, not 29s, over 30s. But it has to get there, guys. It has to get there. And these are the ones I'm mentioning could actually turn into swings because they are all earnings plays. Just keep in mind. All right, BTU. I'm watching BTU. In fact, it's trading very close to the 30 now. So keep an eye on this one. This is very close. DDL also, I was watching the other day on this. DDL. Why did I keep it? I'm going to remove this, guys. DDL was not worth it. I don't know why I kept it. Really don't know why I kept it. OCUL. OCUL was interesting. I'm short biased on OCUL. I'm short biased. So if it starts to provide some decent opportunities, I'm going to be shorting this thing. OSCR as well. I'm a bit short biased. I'm going to be looking for shorts on it. CAR, I don't like the volume. Look at this, 1 million volume, but the daily looked really nice. That's why. And also it's earnings play. I'm pretty sure there's better earnings than watching this thing, watching paint dry, basically. However, having said that, this is a $200 stock, so you know we've got a huge move. Huge move. You got to move from 220s all the way to 243s. That's huge. But I'm not going to be trading this as well. Roblox gapping it up because of earnings, as you can see, quite strong. Now looks, this one also is staying strong and it's not bothered by this level here. So that's interesting. If that's the case, we could actually have some sort of a gap and go setup on this one as well. TTD, which could turn into swings. OCUR, I was hoping this one actually would stay above 6s. If it does, then I'll look into it. I'm going to put an alert on it, guys. Just put an alert. If it does come back up there, I'll keep an eye on it. If it doesn't, there's no point. SI. SI, I like the daily. I explained this earlier. So let's go with that analogy or analysis. I like the daily, really, really nice daily. Not the best, but it's definitely there. It's actually, yeah. So what are we looking at? 18. Yeah, 18 break, which is already broken. Okay, so as long as this 18 holds, I'm long biased on it and possibly get some opportunities to long it. But the only issue with this one, the pressure is to the downside, but the reversal could be due on this one. We'll see. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, auto monies work fine, definitely. But remember, your delta is not gonna. You're not gonna benefit from delta change that much, as much as you would when you buy the on strike. But then remember, for you to be buying, let's say Tesla call on strike, on the strike price, then at the money strike price, you will have to be paying a lot of money, right? We're talking hundreds and hundreds of dollars, so 600, yeah. It depends on the expiry as well, but generally that's the case, right? So you'll have to buy way out the money. But the thing is, you don't have any other choice. You're trading major caps. They're all expensive at the money. So you have to do that. But once you get your account to a level where you can actually start trading at the money, your wins are going to be bigger. You will start to notice your win, as in percentage wise, will be much bigger if you're doing okay now. You understand what I'm saying? So it's only the hard times at this point. All right, guys, I'll be back in about just after the market opens. I'm not too crazy I'm not waiting for something that's gonna pop right at the market open. The only one I was kind of thinking was there was one of them that I was kind of like, it's very close to it. Could it be BTU? It could be. Yeah, it was BTU. So if BTU starts taking 30s out, then I might take a stab at it because it's a huge level break plus the earnings play. There's a lot of things behind this force of the break. And if it does do that, then I might take some right at the open as well. I don't mind. But hopefully it doesn't happen right at the open. I would rather have it, pull back to the 29s and then starts drifting up. Then I can even get a better price on this one. But yeah, that's the only one that I could be trading at the open. But I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Let me grab something, guys. Yeah. You guys need anything? Coffee? Any drinks? Milkshakes? All right, guys. I am really sorry to say this, but I've got to go. Apparently, wifey is not well, and she hasn't been well for the past few days actually, and she just needs my help. So I'm not going to be trading at the open anyways, but I'll keep a sight on the things that I'm watching for the day. Sorry about this, guys. I probably won't be back for streaming because I'll be trading at that time, focusing on the stream, on the trades. And if I do see something, I'll call out. All right, guys. Yeah, thanks, man. I need to go and sort her out, and hopefully she'll feel better next week. I think it's gonna go for the next few days, anyways. But hey, all right, guys. I'll see you later. Take it easy, and best of luck, Snicker, if you're gonna be trading. And yeah, I'll catch you later, guys. Okay, take it easy. Peace.